In the grand tapestry of existence, have you ever pondered upon your own being? What truly defines us as individuals? Is it our memories, our emotions, or something more profound? As we navigate through life, we often find ourselves entangled in the labyrinth of our own thoughts. These thoughts, these fleeting mental whispers, can be both our greatest companion and our most formidable opponent. But what if there's more to our existence than this constant internal dialogue? What if we are not merely our thoughts, but something more? Something that lies beyond the confines of our minds? Welcome back to another thought-provoking episode where today we dive deep into the philosophical enigma. Are we more than our thoughts? Join me as we explore the intricate layers of human consciousness and uncover the secrets that lie within. Together, let us embark on this enlightening journey that will challenge your perspectives and leave you with a deeper understanding of your place in the grand scheme of existence. The human brain is an incredibly complex organ responsible for everything from our thoughts and emotions to our memories and personality. It is easy to think of ourselves as our brains, and what happens in our brain as our thoughts. But is that really all we are? Some argue that we are nothing more than our thoughts, while others believe that there is more to us than meets the eye. Those who believe that we are nothing more than our thoughts often cite neuroscience as evidence. Neuroscience tells us that everything we do, say, and think is the result of physical processes in the brain. Our thoughts are electrical impulses that travel through our neurons, and our emotions are the result of neurotransmitters that stimulate certain patterns of activity in the brain. If this is all there is to human existence, then it follows that when our brain stops functioning, our existence ends. There is no soul, no consciousness, no self. We simply cease to be. However, there are those who disagree with this view. They argue that there is more to human existence than can be explained by neuroscience alone. To understand this argument, it helps to look at what neuroscience can and cannot explain about the human experience. Neuroscience can explain how we process sensory information, how we form memories, and how we make decisions. It can also explain how damage to certain areas of the brain can result in changes in behavior or personality. However, neuroscience cannot explain what it feels like to be human. It cannot explain the subjective experience of consciousness, nor can it explain phenomena such as mystical experiences, near-death experiences, or the feeling of having a soul. To better understand this concept, let's consider the work of neuroscientist Dr. David Eagleman. In his book, Incognito, The Secret Lives of the Brain, Eagleman argues that our conscious thoughts are only the tip of the iceberg. He uses the analogy of an elephant to illustrate his point. Just as an elephant has a vast, complex mind that we can only observe through its behavior, we too have unconscious processes that shape our thoughts and actions. Eagleman believes that there are many things happening in our brain that we are not consciously aware of, such as the processing of sensory information, the regulation of our emotions, and the formation of memories. These unconscious processes are just as real and just as important as our conscious thoughts, but we are not aware of them. So are we more than our thoughts? If we have unconscious processes taking place in our brain that we are not aware of, then the answer must be yes, we are more than our thoughts. Now, let us delve deeper into the realm of philosophy and explore some of the key arguments that have been put forth throughout history to try and answer this age. One of the earliest and most influential perspectives on the relationship between the mind and the body comes from ancient Greek philosophers like Plato and Aristotle. Plato believed that the soul was immortal and that it existed separately from the body. He argued that the body was like a prison for the soul, and that the purpose of life was to free the soul from the constraints of the physical world. Aristotle, on the other hand, believed that the soul was not separate from the body, but rather the form of the body. He argued that the soul was what made the body a living thing, and that when the body died, the soul also died. As time went on, different philosophers had different ideas about the relationship between the mind and the body. In the Middle Ages, St. Augustine believed that the soul was created by God, and that it was immortal. He also believed that the soul was the source of human consciousness, and that it was what set humans apart from animals. During the Renaissance, philosophers like Niccolo Machiavelli and Thomas Hobbes had a more secular view of the mind-body problem. They believed that the mind was a product of the physical world and that it was not separate from the body. In the 17th century, French philosopher René Descartes came up with one of the most famous mind-body dualism theories. He believed that the mind and the body were two distinct substances, and that the two could interact through the pineal gland in the brain. However, this theory had its limitations. How could an immaterial substance, like the mind, interact with a material substance like the body? This question was taken up by 19th century philosophers like Alexander Bain and John Stuart Mill. They argued that the mind was not a separate substance, but rather a function of the brain. This view is known as materialism or More recently, philosophers like Daniel Dennett and Patricia Churchland have argued that the mind is nothing but the brain. They believe that mental states like beliefs, desires, and intentions are nothing but brain states. However, despite all of these different theories, The relationship between the mind and the body remains a mystery. We still do you and Tay know exactly how the brain gives rise to consciousness, or how the immaterial mind can interact with the material body. And so the question of whether or not we are more than our thoughts continues to be debated by philosophers and scientists alike. As we wrap up this thought-provoking exploration into the depths of human consciousness, it's time to hear your voice. We've journeyed through the intricate pathways of our thoughts and examined the very essence of what defines us. Now we invite you to become an integral part of this enlightening discussion. Share your insights, your beliefs, and your perspectives in the comments below. Are we more than our thoughts? Do we possess a soul that transcends the boundaries of our minds? Your thoughts matter. They are the building blocks of ideas that shape our understanding of existence. So don't hesitate. Let your voice resonate in the tapestry of this conversation. Together, let's weave a beautiful narrative of human consciousness. Remember, in the grand scheme of existence, we are all connected by the shared wonder of life's mysteries. And it's through these shared explorations that we find meaning and understanding. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. Until next time, may your thoughts continue to soar, to question, and to inspire. Keep thinking, keep believing, and keep exploring the infinite wonders that lie within and without. The question of whether or not we are more than our thoughts is a deeply personal one. There is no right or wrong answer. It is up to each individual to decide what they believe. However, I believe that we are more than our thoughts. We are also our emotions, our memories, and our experiences. Our thoughts may define us to some extent, but they are not the only thing that makes us who we are. We are more than our thoughts. We are more than our past. We are more than our mistakes. We are more than our fears. We are more than our worries. We are more than our sadness. We are more than our pain. We are more than our anger. We are more than our grief. We are more than our regrets. We are more than our guilt. We are more than our shame. We are more than our disappointment. We are more than our failures. We are more than our weaknesses. We are more than our struggles. We are more than our scars. We are more than our battles. We are more than our wounds. We are more than our losses. We are more than our suffering. We are more than our death. We are more than our mortality. We are eternal. We are immortal. We are infinite. I hope that you found this video to be thought-provoking and inspiring. If you did, please show your support. Also, please share your thoughts and comments below. And I look forward to continuing this conversation with you in the next video. Until then, take care and keep thinking.